Okay, what we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna try to stay on alcohol. I'm gonna try. You know, because most people, they're searching for a way out, right? Well, first let's do an inventory, okay? Let's just do an inventory, okay? In recovery, if you do any, it's going to be a 12-step program. That's funny. Because your TV could always go, we now return to your regularly scheduled programming. See, program implies what? What do you do to a computer? You have to program the computer. Okay? And when we're looking at the brain, okay, what is programming our brains? Commercials, and I'm just going in reverse though. Commercials, ads, billboards, clothing. What else? There's all kinds of stuff. We've got, it's like, I mean, there's just so much of the alcohol conditioning. So, if we're an alcoholic, before we even join the program or a 12-step thing, what I want you to understand is we're doing an inventory. We're going to see why you keep saying this is I just want to be normal. Just want to drink 2 or 3. And for one, you never was meant to drink 2 or 3. That right there, it's a computer. And what we do is program it. So what we have to do is we have to visualize, if we could, on a daily basis, when you get gas, you still see it. You still see it. But it's everywhere. Okay? So we're looking at it from one sense of that, and then you need to look into this. Okay, alcohol is a flesh eating spirit, which represents that. Okay, now what is pushed through all this? I'm going to help you make your mind up. It's called a flesh-eating spirit. And we know this. What does mass consumption do? What does slow consumption do over decades? Flesh-eating spirit. It doesn't matter if they're the ones that can control it. They're still a slave to the liquor store, to the gas station, to wherever it is that they get that shit. Do you understand? Doesn't matter if they can control it. They go to the same place that me and you go to get what's almost killed us or is killing us right now. And on top of that, it is mass pushed. Okay? Now, then you've got to tie in the TVs, the radio stations, which is all that, the image of the athletes and superstars, you know, the status that comes with it that you see on TV, you see that. So, now, if you're watching this, in probably less than 5 minutes, you've learned how it's normalized. So, in meetings you'll hear, we're not unique. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. If you're here, yes, we are. Okay, admitting something is one thing. Because see, my daughter came to me in a vision a long time ago when I was at Penfield at a rehab. And she came in the vision and dream. I was in clouds. And there was just a door frame over there. And I was laying down like this. And she came in, little bitty baby almost, walking. A little older, can speak some. But she come walking in through the door frame in the clouds and laid right here. And then raised up and said, I want you to be free, Daddy. And truthfully, at the time, it's like she just wants me to be free from alcohol. That's where this process of coming out of what we're so programmed into generationally began. And the question and the drive had always been there since there to chase that. Do you understand? And then you find out that here's the deal. This spirit right here and that one right there is who we're dealing with in the society that you live in. It's very important that you know this. Ahriman causes chaos, darkness, mass confusion, strife, human confusion. So, and through all this is what Ahriman, but the whole thing is to get in there. That's where it is. Okay? It's right in there. Once you can figure out that when we say you have to reprogram, okay, that means why I get hated on so much, it's because I've cut all that. See, when you can learn how to see all this right here that you see with your eyes are all distractions. It keeps you from the beauty behind it, which is nature. You need to really think about that. In your world, you see it as just billboards and advertisement and entertainment, attachment. Ment means mind. So it's all about the mind. Okay? So just because you get out of the alcohol, you're still in it. You know what I'm saying? Because even in AA, 12 steps is the same as the 12 grades. It's the 12 grades of Saturnalia is what it is that we go through in school. And then the 12 steps, the blue book represents Saturn. The 3 degrees of blue Freemasonry. They're called the blue degrees. That's why you got in the big churches, there's 3 steps going up. That's the first 3 degrees, blue degrees. Sonic the Hedgehog is blue, Masonic. Prime, Amazon Prime, blue, it's Saturn. It has all to do with Saturn. And once you can understand that you have been under mass hypnosis in your DNA for generations, okay, Ahriman will not look up. Al-Kul will not allow you to look up because it's eating your flesh, so it means you're eating your brain slowly or fast. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And that is what is pushed. So, when we never look up, okay, the same way that the phones transfer the memory, did before that's where we're at now. But at one time, it's like, put them up against each other and they transfer the memory. Well, that's your subconscious. The cerebrum is your memory bank. Your ego is your cerebellum. And the cerebrum, that's the memory. So when you cease to exist, okay, everything that's in here transfers memory to the other side, which would be your faculties and senses, your emotions and all that. All those come to life. Every bit of that comes to life. Okay, so when you live a lifetime, okay, this is the world right here. When you come through this life and you have never looked up, ever, 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 you'll always be in misery. You'll always be seeking a lost fucking cause. Okay? I don't do a lot of recovery videos anymore because those are the spirits that reach out to me. And I try to help them, but there's a fight left in humanity just a little bit, but it's not enough. Generational sorcery is on another fucking level right now. This is real. This is real right here. It's bigger than what anybody could possibly fathom or imagine. And you are very fortunate. Because an army built this that don't know what they built, and then you're here, and there's only going to be very fucking few people to see this for what it is. Sodas and everything. What do they truly cause? The same side effects as that. Same. Although they never get ridiculed for it. And it's not their fault. But you're going to have to be tougher than the world. Because see, I can run laps around people working, but since I was there at one time, that's the spirit that looks at me. The spirits. I'm up here now. I'm looking up. I'm getting charged by the zodiac and by the firmament and all that. If you want true freedom, you will fucking start looking up. All that up there charges your brain. It goes into your eyes the same way. All this shit has been in there to make it normal. Fast foods and all that. None of that causes diseases. It caused something. No, you didn't. You were born into the slave system. Okay? Now, this cannot be spoken of in the recovery centers. I can tell you that, because it's all about money. It's all about money. And the ones that control it all know every bit about this. It's the brotherhood. There's a secret brotherhood that did some shit centuries ago. This conditioning. Let me tell you something real quick. They raised mediums and shit. Yeah, that can speak to the dead. This real shit, man. Listen, like sudden deaths and all that. I need to do a video on like the other side. Like real, because it doesn't matter what God you have. It's like, oh, we can do whatever we want. There's no consequences. You better start looking up. Because when you do not look up and all your worldly and materialistic senses and faculties go with you to the other side, guess what? You still here. You think you're struggling now trying to quit that fucking shit? Wait until all those people against me and Christ will be right up there. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. When you die, it'll be right there. We'll be right here in the world. And all them possessions that people hold on to so tightly, they're going to be wandering the earth forever, because that's real hell. Trying to get into it the same way an alcoholic dies. The spirit leaves the anatomy and the soul goes to torture. You see what I'm saying? You've got a silver umbilical cord, or silver cord from your spine. All right, this is how they got the bumper cars. You know what I'm saying? The invention and all that. It's like, when you really think about it, it's like, holy shit, dude, we're just little bitty sparks down here of God. Yeah, depending on what we put in us is going to make us spark. And if we eat shit and drink shit, then that's shit. And then that will never be beaten. Because you beat that, and then there's food and sugar and all this other shit. So we're in a lost cause now in history. But you're going to be one of thousands and thousands and thousands to see it, mate. If you don't, you don't. And it doesn't matter how crazy or dumb that I look. That is not my world. And see, when you can say that, then you'll start seeing all that shit. Because that's who we deal with right there. That's who it is in your loved ones. That's who it is in TV land and your leaders and all the fucking talk show hosts and everybody that says they're on your side. It's that sons of bitches right there. They don't have physical form. They have consciousness form. Coming through symbols, through all this is that shit. And that is number one. Jesus warned us about that. Scripture warns you about it. And people still, they're the Ahriman spirit. Love you.